Hello, my name is Dragon Dude, and I've gotten a little bit into Reddit lately. From the life-changing for the worst, pictures of r/sounding, make my cupcakes, Noah get the boat, and worst of all, I bleach. Those, however, will be subreddits for a different time, because today we will be diving into the subreddit of Would You Rather, which if you don't understand the premise of, first off, you're an idiot. Second off, pretty simple. You get options to do heinous or deplorable activities in return for something usually pretty sweet, or sometimes just cash, because I mean, who doesn't like that? So without further ado, let's get into it.
So we have our first Would You Rather from Do Cardiologist 406. Which absurd would you rather do to earn $1 trillion and become the world's first trillionaire? First off, I would do a lot for $1 trillion. I can't comprehend spending $1 trillion. I mean, like, what are you gonna buy? Like 50 million yachts? They don't even have that many. And even then, that'd only be like $20 billion. You have another $980 billion. Case in point, I would do a lot. But here are our options. Shoot every dog in town, go on a date with an 11-year-old, walk around town naked, shading obscenities at the top of your lungs, piss off an anime convention, bat shame people until they cry, put battery acid in the IV line of terminally ill hospital patients. First off, we're starting off very, very light. I mean, really, just make fun of some fat people until they cry, go to an anime convention and just say, Demon Slayer is mid! Or just make people who are already gonna die faster. But out of all these, I'm probably going to piss off an anime convention. Who doesn't want to see them upset? They all deserve nothing but the worst that comes to them.
Number one.
Hey, look at the earrings.
This is my dad!
Going into our next Would You Rather from Few Positive 2340. Would you rather get $80 a day with no conditions or $50 a day, but you have to eat and finish 2 hot dogs a day? So fun fact that I'm sure almost none of you guys knew, especially if you're coming here to watch this content, but hot dogs are incredibly horrible for you to eat, and you should only have a maximum of 2 or 3 a year. I know this doesn't sound correct. Go ahead and go look it up. Do your little research. Click on your little other tab next to this video and go look it up. How many hot dogs are recommended to eat in a year? You'll be surprised, and I actually care about my health, so I'm gonna have to pick $80 a day with no conditions. Plus, that's just passive income. Come on. Our next Would You Rather comes from the real Tukian. Would you rather have an infinity wallet or the ability to stop time? The infinity wallet, which is an item that you will never lose, no matter where you left it or if somebody stole it. You will always find it on your person. Secondly, the wallet has the ability to disperse cash of whatever amount or bill type you want. It steals this money from greedy billionaires, and it can turn into any cash you want, such as coins, paper, or plastic. Even money from other countries like pesos and euros. If you die, the wallet will then be passed down to your next of kin or closest family member / friend. Or stop time. You have the standard power to stop time. The sun does not move, nor do the people. But you can activate stuff if you want to do so, such as cars, games, or even people if you want them to join you in the pause. You can steal stuff and not get caught by cameras or security alarms. You will also not get tired, hungry while you're in the pause. And the people you bring into the pause can exit the pause with you so they won't be trapped in a time stop. You can manipulate anything and everything around you to your normal physical ability. You also cannot be harmed in the time stop, though you can harm / kill others. And if you're about to be harmed while time is going, time will stop unless you are dying of old age / disease. And if you look at this one from a very far out perspective, I think we all know the right answer, which is the infinity wallet. Infinite money for all time, for every generation that comes after me, and nobody will ever be able to take it away. Never. It'll always be my family's. I'll always be the world's most rich man in the entire world. I mean, who doesn't want to give it to the Rothschilds? Am I right? And with the time stop, you could just go around being Quicksilver from that one X-Men scene, which is pretty cool, but doesn't compare to infinite money. Moving on, No Sound 4730, where he asked, if you could go back in time, what would you rather do? Save MLK from being assassinated, warn people of 9/11 the day before, kill Hitler as a baby, save JFK from being assassinated, go back to Jesus times, and see if he's everything people say he is. And if you take a step back and look at these from an outside perspective, you'll understand that there's only really 3 options. There is only kill Hitler as a baby, go back to Jesus times, and see if he's everything people say he is. The rest of them were gonna be carried out by the CIA anyways. I mean, come on. How are you gonna hide losing $2 trillion the day before September 10th? I mean, come on. And I think we all know what they did to my boy JFK. You know. So I'm going to go back to Jesus's time and see if he's all cracked up to be. Maybe he could just turn a little bit of my water into wine, and we'll just chill and be awesome and cool, and we'll just talk. But I think we all know how that ends. Anyways, our next one comes from Embarrassed Safety 33. Would you rather earn 1 penny every time someone says your name in any part of the world, $20 every time you pet a different dog, or $100 every time you kiss the lips of a different person? First off, Ill. Do you know how many STDs you can contract just from getting $100 for kissing every person? What if you don't even get their consent to kiss them on the lips? Remember, boys, consent is important. But anyways, $100 just to kiss some random person, does it apply to dudes? Maybe then it becomes kind of worth it. I mean, come on, we're all thinking it. Whenever you kiss the homies goodnight, little bit of the $100, simple, easy. And I got a ton of homies that'd be super down. As for $20 every time you pet a different dog, it doesn't make sense. How many times are you gonna see a different dog? On a weekly basis, how often are you gonna see a new dog that you can pet? I mean, I don't wanna mess with service animals. They got a job to do. Don't mess with the employee jobs. So I'm gonna have to go with 1 cent every time someone in the world says your name. Since I think my name is pretty common, so I'll be doing that one. Our next one is from You Forced Me. You get a chance to earn $10 million, but you must do something cruel. What would you rather do? Go up to an innocent homeless man begging for money and throw a cup of cold water on him, then take his cardboard sign, rip it to pieces and scream at him to leave until he eventually does. Offer to pay for the groceries of a disabled and struggling old lady at the checkout line, but snatch your card back at the last moment, say, haha, get pranked, bitch, and flip her off. Go up to a random, conventionally unattractive teenager and insult their appearance. Then take a picture of them and snicker in front of their face while staring at the picture. Go to an animal shelter and go up to the oldest, saddest, and loneliest dog you see. Look the dog in the eyes and say, nobody wants you, and spit on its face. Go to a vegan food festival carrying a live chicken, stand in front of the crowd and snap the chicken's neck for everyone to see, or pretend to be a barber that offers free haircuts for children that recovered from chemotherapy, that have regrown their hair and now need a haircut. When an unsuspecting child falls for it, forcefully shave their entire head bald again. And wow, you forced me? I really want to know what forced you to do this. Did they have a gun to your head? Did they have your family hostage? These are all absolutely despicable. That being said, I'm gonna have to take the live chicken to the vegan food festival and snap its neck in front of everybody. I mean, everything else seems pretty but if $10 million is the price of one chicken's life, say what you want. I'm willing to pay for it. Come at me in the comments. The next one comes from the Dingbat, spelled weirdly. Come on, this isn't 2012. What genetic advantage would you rather have? Good looks, tall height, natural strength, high intelligence / high IQ. And this one is probably the most difficult one that we're gonna come by because obviously
I've already got all of those. Look at me. I'm absolutely f***ing huge.
And yeah, I've watched a couple Among Us Imposter 1000 IQ videos in my day, so I think I kinda am pretty smart. Tall height, you're tall no matter what anybody tells you, king. Good looks, I mean, come on, you've been looking at me this entire video. Come on. So, no answer to this one. I've already covered every base. We need a little bit of a better one next time, dingbat. Getting into the next one by Alter Reality. You unintentionally pissed off an evil demon genie. You're granted the ability to choose your own fate. Which would you rather choose? No trying to cheat the demon genie, or you will now have to experience all 5 fates at once. You are now trapped in the 6-year-old version of your body. The only languages you can speak are Ancient Latin or Pig Latin. You have all vampire weaknesses with none of the special abilities / powers. You no longer exist to everyone you've ever known. You can now only breathe underwater. Iste, Isye, Edipre, Obvious Ye, Imye, Oinge, Ote, Avahe, Ote, Ugwe, Tu Uge, Ithwe, Ithe, Sek, Ekense, One Ye. Let's move on to the next one. By Capt Falco. The choices are simple really, but which would you rather? You gain $10 every time you fart. You gain $100 every time you walk 2,000 steps. You gain $1,000 every time you drive 400 miles. You gain $10,000 every time you sleep a total of 250 hours. You gain $100,000 every time you consume a total of 20 full jars of mayonnaise. These are all pretty good, except for the last one. I mean, who realistically is eating 20 jars of mayonnaise? And I hate mayonnaise. It's just eggs. Look it up. Mayonnaise is just eggs. So while your reality is altered, let me go and discuss the other ones. $10,000 every time you sleep a total of 250 hours. At the moment, I'm a full-time college student and I work also a full-time job. So I am almost never going to hit 250 hours of sleep. I mean, look at me. You gain $1,000 every time you drive 400 miles. I don't ever go anywhere. I have no friends. I don't have any online friends. I have yet to go to any convention anywhere. That's just not it. You gain $100 every time you walk 2,000 steps. I do walk a lot. I walk on average about 10,000 steps a day. So $500 isn't nothing to scoff at. You gain $10 every time you fart. You fart a lot in your sleep. I bet you didn't know that either. I know you didn't come here for all this niche information, but you fart a lot in your sleep. Also look it up. I'm not going to give you my sources or references. I just know these facts. I mean, come on, this is a YouTube video. You didn't even come for that. You're welcome. So I'm going to have to go with you gain $100 for every 2,000 steps you take. On to the next one. And this last one by EMAB2396. Who would you rather fight without weapons for $1 million? To win, you must TKO your opponent. An adult male chimp, Eddie Hall, the strongest man ever, Mike Tyson, the best boxer ever, a female lion,
Or 2 German shepherds. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you would do different, and if you have any would you rathers that you'd like to see me do in the future. I would love to do this again, and I would love to hear what you guys think. And while you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe button, because I am not monetized and I would love to do this more often. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Hello, Cyrus baby. Oh, my beautiful baby. Oh, beautiful baby. I wouldn't kill you for $10 million. Maybe $100 million. But isn't that right, Osiris?